The question of life on Mars has become one of the biggest questions in modern science. This is not just curiosity. It is a question connected to the future of humanity. If Mars once had life, it means life in the universe is not rare. And if humans can live on Mars, then in the future humanity may have another home besides Earth. In this video, we will not rely on imagination. We will talk using scientific facts. Step by step, we will understand the past of Mars, evidence of water on Mars, NASA and SpaceX missions, and the real chances of humans living on Mars. Today, Mars looks cold, dry, and lifeless. But according to science, Mars was not always like this. About 3.5 to 4 billion years ago, Mars had a very different environment. At that time, Mars had a thicker atmosphere, higher temperatures, and liquid water could exist on its surface. Mars and Earth were formed around the same time. Their early conditions were quite similar. However, Mars is smaller than Earth. Because of this, it could not retain its internal heat for long. One of the most important parts of Mars's past was its magnetic field. This magnetic field protected Mars from harmful solar radiation. When Mars' core cooled down, its magnetic field slowly disappeared. As a result, solar winds stripped away the atmosphere. The atmosphere became thinner. Surface pressure dropped drastically. When pressure dropped, liquid water could no longer remain stable. Mars did not die suddenly. It slowly lost its life-supporting conditions over millions of years. The past of Mars teaches us that water alone is not enough. A planet also needs protection. Water is the most basic requirement for life. That is why water has always been the central focus of Mars research. Today, liquid water is not found on the surface of Mars, but this does not mean water never existed there. NASA satellites and rovers have studied the Martian surface in great detail. They found structures that closely resemble water-formed regions on Earth. On Mars, scientists discovered dry river channels, valley networks, clear lake bed formations. These shapes are not formed by wind or lava. They are created only when water flows for long periods. Additionally, Mars soil contains minerals that can form only in the presence of water, such as clay minerals, sulfates. NASA's Curiosity and Perseverance rovers analyzed rocks and soil samples. Their results showed that Mars water was not extremely acidic or toxic and could have supported life. According to scientists, around 3.5 billion years ago, Mars had water, suitable temperatures, and chemistry within life-friendly ranges. Therefore, evidence of water on Mars is not speculation. It is based on direct scientific data. NASA has launched many missions to understand Mars. The goal is not just to take pictures, but to study the planet's environment in detail. NASA's most important rovers include Curiosity, Perseverance. Curiosity analyzed Martian rocks and atmosphere. It confirmed that Mars once had life-friendly conditions. Perseverance is even more advanced. It is collecting rock samples that will eventually be returned to Earth. These samples are meant to search for direct signs of past life. SpaceX has a different focus than NASA. NASA focuses on research, while SpaceX aims at human settlement. Elon Musk's plan includes transporting humans to Mars using powerful rockets, building long-term colonies. SpaceX's Starship rocket is being designed specifically for Mars missions. NASA and SpaceX have different roles, but the same direction: understanding Mars and exploring humanity's future there. Living on Mars is not science fiction, but it is extremely difficult. Humans on Mars would face major challenges: lack of oxygen, extreme cold, high radiation, low gravity. Mars' atmosphere is about 100 times thinner than Earth's. Without protection, survival is impossible. To live on Mars, humans would need sealed habitats, artificial oxygen systems, radiation shielding. Water exists on Mars in the form of ice. In the future, this ice could be used to produce drinking water, oxygen, rocket fuel. The biggest challenge is long-term human health. Low gravity can weaken bones and muscles over time. Initially, Mars habitation would be limited to scientists, engineers, trained astronauts, For ordinary people, Mars is still a distant dream. However, history shows that what seems impossible today can become reality tomorrow. Living on Mars is difficult, but not impossible.